Hello, and welcome to Gamer's Guide to the Galaxy, the show where we discuss all things gaming, and you can join in the chat by writing right over here. I'm Chris.
I'm Jacob.
Adam.
Every time. He's just the being of Adam.
I
Never identifies himself.
See, last week I just did it. This week I had to do it again to see if you'd react the same way.
Can you be white Adam instead of black Adam?
But I like Adam.
You think it's a joke anyways. Alright. So, for this week,
Hi.
we have, some news and some more articles. And, hi.
Like a 5-second delay.
I was mid-sentence. So,
Yes.
recently, the new Lord of the Rings game.
Legend of Lord of the Rings?
Legend of Lord of the Rings,
Yes.
movie. Starring Peter Jackson.
Starring Peter Jackson? I didn't see that. Not directed by, starring.
Yes. Directed, produced, written, and starring.
Can you be like a goblin? Just like...
Peter Jackson.
Alright, so the new Lord of the Rings game just recently dropped, Shadows of Mordor. I've played it. I don't think either one of these guys have played it.
No, I'm going to go tomorrow.
So pretty much what it is the best way to describe this game is it's a very fun fusion of Batman Arkham Asylum and Assassin's Creed with lots more gore.
Yes, gore.
So it actually features a lot of new things that you haven't really seen in gaming in a while, like more personalized enemies. There's I found a lot of different types of enemies that you'll see them and you go, that dude looks distinguishingly different than that guy, which I don't think you see a lot. You see a lot of those 3 types of enemies that are cloned infinitely.
Yes.
Kind of like in Assassin's Creed where you can see a witch doctor and there's 400.
And then when you get far enough along, you have the same enemy with different colorations, so that's how you know they're harder.
Yes.
Kind of. They're not 100%. You will see some of the repeats because the game is pretty long. If you want to sit there and grind like I did, I grinded for about 6 hours straight. It was a little brutal, but tons of fun. It's so much more satisfying to watch a head in slow motion just kind of roll off into the distance. But what it does is it takes you to, I think it's 1,000 years. I'm pretty sure it's 1,000 years after the Lord of the Rings series.
Oh.
Yeah, like
That's weird.
Mike Maverick.
Hey, Mike Maverick.
So it takes you after the events of the Lord of the Rings, where those rings were actually created and all that, and that's the story that you know.
All right.
But you don't have any of the main cast besides Smeagol/Gollum.
He's still alive?
Still alive?
Yeah, that dude's old.
But he fell into the volcano.
Yeah. He's not fireproof.
He's fucking there.
Is it 1,000 years before?
You sure it's not before?
Maybe. I'm not 100% on that.
Are there rings?
There are rings.
Well,
1,000
then,
years
then
before.
it's got to be before.
Yeah.
You don't know your lore, do you?
No, I've never watched one.
That's been a long time.
In entirety.
Or read the books?
No.
Oh,
Okay, it's before.
it's
I can
gotta
tell
be
you,
before.
tell you right now it's before.
Alright, so it's before, apparently.
Yes.
The rings lose their power after the events of Lord of the Rings.
Okay. So, what happens is, now apparently it's before, 1,000 years before, and you, in the opening scene, die. You get killed. I don't know what's going on and why I'm alive, but I'm dead. And I'm murdering everything in my path, pretty much. And you have to try to, I guess, stop the events of Lord of the Rings, but I'm guessing you fail. I'm not entirely 100% sure because I haven't beaten the game yet. But it's a lot of fun. They do a lot of interesting things with a nemesis system where it's as if somebody kills you, they get more powerful. And then they can continue getting more and more powerful and ranking up in the game so that way they're harder and harder to kill. Once you get something that's hard enough to kill, you get better loots, more loots, better damage you do, etc., etc. So you find yourself actually helping certain people that you like. Like, for example, I hate Caragors. They're an enemy type in the game that are kind of like wild dogs.
Okay.
They're annoying to tame. I have to jump on top of them to get to them. And it's just a pain in my ass. So instead of somebody who has a fear of Caragors, I can go to somebody who's vulnerable to range, and I can level him up and have him beat the guy that took the Caragors, so that way he's more powerful, and then I can kill him more easily, and then I get the more powerful loot.
Okay.
So you kind of like, it's kind of like voting on who you want to see die the least, and then murdering him.
That's an interesting way to make a game, actually.
Yeah, and
I want you to live long enough to become great, and then I kill you and take your greatness. Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much it. That's actually pretty much it. The storyline is there, and it definitely does have a story that's tangible. It's not just one of those games where it's just random hack and slash. But it's not overpowering. It gives you free reign of the entire world. You can do whatever the hell you want, side missions, main quests, killing just anything that moves for the most part, even rats. It's fun.
Just rat.
It's got a lot of cool abilities. It's got a lot of, I think, life cycle, I would call it, or shelf life on it. You know, it's not a thing that I picked up and, you know, played for 2 or 3 hours and just said, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's with the ghost?
The ghost.
Ghost that's inside you.
That's the spirit of somebody who shares your pain of having their entire family gutted right in their face. And I think it's because he still resides in the Wraith Vision thing. Like, if you put on the ring, you know how he goes into Wraith mode?
Yeah.
I guess that's what they call it. He lives in that realm.
Okay.
And he's
Wait.
stuck. And he's using your main character to help him fill out his goals so that he can move on to the afterlife.
Wait, your character can put on the ring?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But he has Wraith Vision because he's connected to this person in the Wraith world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's been granted powers by this person who's trying to get him to help him move on. Is as far as I've understood it.
Okay.
Although this might be completely false because I'm not good at Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think that guy might be one of the 9 ring race.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
I mean, I'll tell you guys off screen because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played it or is currently playing it.
I'm off screen.
Only your head is.
Same difference.
We got your legs. We got the legs.
Got the legs. These
All right.
legs.
Anyway.
Anyways. So, yeah, that about cover your quick review of what you played so far?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it. Although, if you are looking for, you know, to play Legolas and just murder everyone with a bow, you will be disappointed.
Go back to Xbox, play Return of the King.
What about Legos?
Legos, Legolas. Say that 5 times fast, somebody, please.
Also, there is a free-to-play one where you can play Legolas. That's actually really good.
Huh. Okay.
Sorry, I know because I like Legolas. I like that he can shoot things with bows. It's fun.
That's all I hear about when he chooses his...
Yeah, actually, that is. Like, every time I've ever played Lord of the Rings, I'm like, can I play Legolas set? Cool. Because this is all he does. He doesn't even get to the quiver. He hits his right shoulder. He goes, and it's like up here.
Are you sure he even does that? I mean, I'm sure he just goes like this.
No, he hits his right shoulder when he comes back.
Boom.
Fall down 1,000,000 times.
Slow down 1,000,000 times, his hand's not actually moving. It's just...
No, it's Legolas. It's Legolas. He's pulling out the arrow, inspecting it, making sure make sure the tip is just right, get it in the bow, check the string, and then fire.
Real time. That's all it is.
Alright. So, Evil Within.
Yes, I guess we'll move on to the Evil Within. Evil Within comes out next week. For those of you that don't know, it is a brand new survival horror game. It is made by the guy that did Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4. He did Revelations. Basically all the best Resident Evil games, actually.
And also the great game known as Onimusha Warlords.
Yes.
Amish Warlords?
Yes, Onimusha.
He also had, you know, things to do with games like Beautiful Joe and stuff like that. He did a lot of games for Capcom.
Like Amish Warlords.
Yes, Amish Warlords. But he's coming back to the survival horror genre with the Evil Within. And, you know, earlier today, me and Chris watched the trailer, and it looked pretty brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like you're going to be dying a lot if you play that game.
Yeah, I did like the concept it mentioned of fight or flight. In the game, you kind of have to make a quick decision. Do I fight or do I just run?
So pretty much it's gonna be like our Left 4 Dead 4 thing where y'all fight, and I just go, I'm going home, and I just run the opposite direction, and you all die, and I'm stuck and screwed.
Yes.
Awesome, can't wait to play it.
Well, not only that, the house you're in has, traps all over it. It's got monsters everywhere.
I believe that is the name.
I
Oh, goodness, the face. I don't know how to do that face. I want to know how to do that face.
don't know either.
Wait, how do we do that face?
Can you like put it in parentheses or something? I need to know.
Must know how to do that face. That face.
That face.
We're on the face now.
Anyway,
Um,
while we're waiting for the response.
yes. I mean, yeah, the game looks pretty brutal. So, traps everywhere, monsters everywhere. The monsters are the freakiest things I've ever seen. People with like spikes in their eye. You got people that have like two faces on one head, and one's this like grotesque thing. Some guy with a safe for a head and carries around a giant mallet that just beats
One
you
hit
to death.
kills you.
Yeah, one hit kills you,
Yeah,
pretty much.
they mentioned
Oh,
that.
and he lays traps while hunting you down, so
Yep.
you can walk into his traps and what was it on the trailer? One of the traps like sprung barbed wire out and wrapped around
Yeah,
your
like
leg.
snared your leg, and then he comes at you, tries to kill you with a giant whatever he has. Giant axe mallet.
Yes, giant axe mallet that just kills.
I actually think it's a meat tenderizer, like a
Yeah.
giant meat tenderizer.
You know what it reminded me of was
We all just shut up. My Twitter dogs.
Okay.
anyways. You know what it reminds me of a lot is Pyramid Head from Silent Hill 2.
I was thinking that when you were saying that.
Because,
Got a random
silent
thing
thing just hunting you, thing over the head, no face to
with a gigantically oversized weapon.
yes. And that you really don't have much choice in fighting. You have to run
And cry.
and cry. Yes, cry. Pyramid Head will make you cry. Pyramid Head makes me cry every night.
Every night.
Every
To
night.
this day.
To this day, I cry every night for 5 hours.
No, what he does is he actually sacrifices his tears to Pyramid Head. They're offering. He
Oh,
finds
okay.
them into a bowl and he goes, here you go, Pyramid Head. And then they just disappear.
Okay.
And until they stop disappearing, I'm not going to stop doing it. Because one day I'm just going to look out out the window after I get out of bed from the middle of the night for a drink of water, and it's going to be foggy.
It's going to be smaller tears.
I'm just going to see him standing there in the parking lot like, "Didn't get my tears today. Didn't get them." And then immediately afterwards, the fog is going to roll in thicker, and then there's going to be a knock at my door, and I will shit myself.
We didn't give him a limit on that word, did we?
That's your one.
Thanks, Mike.
So in essence, we're really, really excited for, Evil Within. Sounds like it's going to be a nice, modern survival.
I like it because it's kind of blending the older survival horror with the newer survival horror. A lot of the new ones, it's always, run, just run, and it's just scary images, jump scares, and stuff like that. This one, it gives you the choice.
See, I don't like that whole jump scare, like how all of our games now, and a lot of movies now too, they bring it as horror, but all of it is jump scares.
Yes, jumps.
Because that will get me every single time.
It's
Loud sounds, I always just instinctively clench everything I have.
So we should definitely have you play 5 Nights at Freddy's. Okay.
Like, I'll sit there and just go like this. I'm like, oh, I'll click on it. I'm not actually scared. I do this.
Yeah, but a lot of the survival horror games nowadays, it's jump scares, and some of them don't even make sense with the game. It's kind of just like a guy pops out, jump scare. He's not the enemy. He's just there.
Yeah.
Believe so.
At least,
I believe so as well.
if not, we're talking about two different people.
As
Might be talking
Adam,
to different people.
as Adam looks it up.
Adam's going to Google it right now, which is why he's looking off in that direction.
And there's just a nice bright white light on his face. Making him
Yes.
even more pale.
Yeah.
It is produced by Bethesda, by the way.
That's the.
Yes. It's Shinji Mikami, not Kamiya.
So we are talking about different people.
Yeah, we gotta talk about different people. Shinji Mikami worked on Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, Beautiful Joe, Onimusha Warlords,
That's game memory.
Amish Warlords?
Amish Warlords, he did that too, apparently.
Okay.
That's game memory. Actually, I probably would play Amish Warlords because that would be a hilarious game. You'd be like, Jebediah, I saw that you didn't turn to butter last night. I think we're gonna have a problem. And then they pitchfork duel. Oh man, that'd be great game.
Is there a barn raising in the background?
There is always a bar raising.
Bar
At
raising
all
battles.
points.
Barn raising battle, you gotta, it's like the test your mic from the original Mortal Kombat, you gotta button mash.
You raise the barns, and they turn into like barn megazords and battle it
Oh
out.
my goodness, this would be great. This would be glorious.
Someone needs to program that.
Someone make this game.
Oh god. If you are an indie developer,
We will pay you top dollar.
we will pay for this game if you get it. We will market it for you on our
Yes,
pages.
you gotta let us know, but we'll totally help you out.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll have you as a guest on this show, where you can talk about it.
So,
Unless you're in Canada, then you gotta pay your own airfare.
Wow,
Skype.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot the internet exists for a second there.
how do you think we do the show?
Magic.
People just think, and it appears. Yes, that's.
Listen, I watched the movie Lucy last night. I'm all screwed up.
Oh god, don't watch Lucy.
Don't watch it. It's a PSA. Don't watch it.
PSA. Do they save the world?
No, but it's bad.
No, they don't save the world. What do they do?
We're not going to do it on the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess we should move on to the beginning of multiple topics that involve the same encompassing topic.
Yeah.
That makes sense, what I said?
Kind
We're
of.
going to move on to a major topic, and we're going to start with a couple of subtopics.
So pretty much what we're trying to say is we're moving on to our next topic, which has a bunch of examples of. Best way to example it. Or
Thank God we spent 5 minutes explaining what we're doing.
So what it is that game series that just won't die, whether or not they're good, bad, indifferent, been revived, but at some point they started just a gigantic suck.
Or they might even just be on the
Decline.
And
may end up
yeah,
with an enormous
with an
suck.
enormous suck.
Or
Yes.
sometimes they do get a redemption.
Sometimes.
You know what I
But
mean?
I think we should probably start with the
The obvious
elephant in the room,
The
the obvious one. Call of Duty. It's like, oh,
So let's now turn to the Call of Duty play in the room.
okay. So now I started playing Call of Duty at Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare.
Yep.
Obviously. I played World at War 2. I
So
don't know
you-
which came out first.
So one second, how far on the suck do you think you started? Do you like mid suck? A little bit towards the end of the suck?
Now listen, when these games come out, it was the birth of the age of the first-person shooter. Not saying that we didn't have them, they weren't popular, but with online now and the multiplayer, these games, just kind of
I'm pretty sure
exploded.
GoldenEye was like the big first-person
No,
shooter.
No, if you
creator.
really want to go back, we can go back to Doom, okay?
Yeah.
But or Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
okay.
I'm
But-
talking about this is when the online multiplayer really took off.
I would counterject that. SOCOM 2. PS2. Did it way beforehand.
Okay. I'm saying this is when it became like common in every household, pretty much.
I still rejected SOCOM 2.
I didn't even know SOCOM 2 had multiplayer, okay?
That's you. I was back in my room I literally installed a light switch into my Ethernet cable at one point for this game. You flick it on and off so that you light switch so that you can get behind them and kill them without them being able to hit you.
Yes, and you're an asshole for that.
Yes, I was.
Whoa! Wow.
But
Yeah, it was. The servers had a certain time where you could flick a switch like that, and it would give you 3 seconds to move without being able to be hit.
Oh,
And
and
you
then
could-
you reconnected. You could And then just reappear wherever you were.
Exactly. All the damage that hits you wouldn't register.
Oh, that is so cheap.
Yes.
Yup. Because it's the data
But
sending.
so great at the same time.
Exactly. So stuff like that. I mean, that's when I first got into a lot of the multiplayer gaming on shooters.
Yeah.
So I would interject that it happened before.
Okay. I'm going to say that it became, common knowledge, commonplace with the Call of Duty franchise on the 360, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not just the fact that, Xbox Live was out, everyone had it.
Yeah.
Also, faster internet speeds were becoming more common at the time.
Also, internet got faster at some point.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Did it though? Did it really?
I mean, we did move up a whole meg.
Since
2000.
You didn't hear every time you tried to play. Basically, what I'm saying is Skrillex should not play every time you want to go on the internet anymore. So, when that first came out, the game was pretty good. It was fun to play. It was fun to go online and play the multiplayer. It's the first time I've ever been playing with different people.
That wasn't.
First time, a 5-year-old said that they did inappropriate things to my mother, but that's besides the point.
See, for me, Call of Duty stopped after World War
War doing inappropriate things to your mother.
Well, do you
He
really?
said that.
He said he did. I know he didn't.
But I mean, all people tell the truth on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's why we're billionaires.
Speaking of that, guys, someone on the internet told me a very good fact today. Halfway 3 confirmed.
It wasn't on the internet. It was here, and it was me.
we're saying onto the internet right
Exactly.
now.
Oh, right.
Confirmed.
Exactly. Halfway through confirmed.
Another first-person shooter.
But anyways,
But I would say Call of Duty 4 was, good. World at War was good. They actually had story modes that were actually interesting.
no.
They
Personally, to me.
Well, to you.
Call-
But to me, they were short stories, but they were at least engaging. Then Modern Warfare 2 came out. That was okay. I liked the multiplayer the best in that one. The story was interesting. It had memorable moments. I don't remember anything about Modern Warfare 3,
No one
Black
does.
Ops, or Black Ops 2.
No one does.
People shot each other.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
People are dead now.
That's all you really need to know.
I think the game hit its peak at Modern Warfare 2 and has been on decline since then.
I would agree that it hit its peak of popularity at Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
As far as gameplay goes, I think the last good one, personally for me, was World at War. That's back when their servers weren't glitchy, or correction, they weren't as glitchy. You still glitched, but you didn't glitch as much.
Sit there running around, run into a building for 5 minutes. Yay!
The multiplayer was actually difficult, or not the multiplayer. The single player was actually difficult on all difficulties.
Yes, it was.
It gave you a challenge. Had a nice story. Personally, I liked it.
It was.
As soon as Modern Warfare hit to me, I couldn't play multiplayer. It was unplayable for the longest time because every game to me glitched. Every game. I know it sounds hilariously funny because I just mentioned glitching in a different game.
And doing it intentionally.
Yes.
Continue.
As I matured, I realized how annoying it is.
People were doing that in Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
So, it was constantly glitchy. The sniper rifles in that one were atrocious. You could cross, they were completely useless. You could kill somebody with an AK-47 across the map on that game.
I did it with a headshot.
See?
Got 2 people with
See?
1 bullet.
See? So, honestly, people would glitch up to the highest level above the cloud level so that you couldn't see them, but they could see you, and sit there with a pistol and just heads all day. It's all it was. And to me, that is not a good game.
To be fair, they did fix those glitches.
Yeah, but they fixed them about 8 months in.
Yes, which is probably when I got it, honestly. Because I was sitting there going, I never played Call of Duty before. I don't care for this. Halo came out.
So, personally to me, I think Modern Warfare is where for me, the suck began.
I think they fixed a lot of the problems with Modern Warfare in Modern Warfare 2, but they didn't fix any problems after that.
See, though, what they started implementing in Modern Warfare 2 are insta-kills. Weapons that instant-kill them.
They always had those.
I know, but they became widely more popular and
Yes.
ranged. Before it was like a knife and a grenade. Now it's like, oh, ballistic knives, haha.
Yes, I hate the ballistic knives. I hate them.
Ballistic knives.
They're knives that shoot out ballistic. It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Okay.
But-
They're illegal, but it's a real thing.
It's You know, in real life, it's probably not going to be an instant kill unless you
No,
get it right.
probably just gonna suck it for a long time. But pretty much in the game, what would happen is the match would start. Everyone would start with ballistic knives. You just go, and I believe there was a few seconds where you could switch out your loadout. So everyone would spawn in, shoot a ballistic knife, switch it to their actual loadout, and then it'd be raining death. And that's what the game was.
That did end too, because they started making the maps bigger, so people had to spawn farther away.
Yeah, but if you ever watch somebody play that game, they're throwing things in the air for no reason,
Yes, I know.
and they're getting kills. It's random dumb luck like that made me so infuriated when I was just running to a spot, and then all of a sudden my head would just hit this way and I'd die.
Well, maybe that's an actual strategy. Maybe the real military should do this sort of thing.
You just throw things in the air.
Yeah, military, you can watch it. Just start throwing grenades in the general direction you think the enemy will come from.
Yes, good, makes sense.
Yes.
So just throw them at their spawn area.
Yeah, throw it at the spawn.
Enemy
That's all
spawn
you can
area,
do.
right?
Yep.
And remember, if you
I mean,
get shot,
that's spawn, right?
if you get shot,
Yeah,
just
of
hide for
course.
5 seconds. You'll be okay.
And also the amount of camping in that game.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
There is two different kind of campers, I would believe, though. One who's actually skilled, and one who has no idea what they're doing. Certain games like Search and Destroy,
I'll
Search
give
and
you that.
Destroy, you have to be a camper. You can't get mad at someone for camping by the
The
main area.
objective.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't qualify that as camping. I qualify that as defending.
Team deathmatch, I would expect snipers to camp. I wouldn't expect anyone else to camp. But snipers, if they're gonna camp, they should move after one kill.
Sniping for me has always been an on and off thing. I love sniping. And if you find a good sniping nest, go for it. I don't care. Because every sniper has that critical weak point of not being able to tell their surroundings. So if you, and especially with Modern Warfare, because they have a kill cam, you can see where the dude is. So if he doesn't move, that's his own fault. You can go and kill him. And it's on you to go do that.
Yeah.
Or just throw a frag in his general direction.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
And you usually get a kill.
Yeah, because they don't move.
So that's something where I think it's okay because they have an obvious exploitable weakness. But some dude in a corner with a shotgun getting 30-0 and then calling in the helicopter dogs in a missile strike. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Seems fair.
So fair.
Well,
Thinking out what my new strategy would be.
Yeah.
the problem is when they try to make these maps, they try to make the maps so that you can't just camp somewhere and get kills with a shotgun, but someone always finds a way, and then everyone copies them.
Yep.
That's what happens. It's like Halo 2 with jump spots.
Alright.
Alright, so I think we've beat that one to death.
And I think it's time for our break.
Yes.
Alright, so when we come back, we'll be announcing some of the more series that we think just won't freaking die.
Yes. Or dying and they just won't stop giving it CPR.
Yeah, that too.
Go to break.